Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our fourth session for progression and series. In this session, we are going to discuss some more problems based on arithmetic progression. Okay, I hope you might have revised the previous sessions of arithmetic progression and you are ready with your paper and pen, and so let's begin the session. Now we have this type of questions where we have been given if ABC are in AP, we have to we have to prove that the following are also in AP. Okay, so basic properties of arithmetic progression we will be going to use over here. Now just see how do we do the first question. Here, first one, ABC are in AP, that's already given. Now we have to prove that 1 upon BC, 1 upon CA and 1 upon AB are also in AP. Now if A, B, C are in AP, then if we divide all of them with a common number, with a common we can say constant, then still they will be in AP. That is the basic property that we have learned in the first session of arithmetic progression, right? So I have a term A, B, C by which I am dividing all the three. Okay, all of them. So if A, B, C are in AP, then A by ABC, B by ABC and C by ABC will also be in AP. Okay, because ABC is a constant and I am dividing each of them by ABC. Okay, so A by ABC, B by ABC, C by ABC will also be in AP. So A by ABC, that means 1 upon BC, B by ABC, that means 1 upon AC, and C by ABC, that means 1 upon AB. They will also be in AP. And we have to prove the same only, 1 upon BC, 1 upon CA and 1 upon AB in AP. Okay, so we started with ABC are in AP, that's given. Then we are using the property of arithmetic progression that if the three terms are in AP, if we divide all the terms by a common number or a constant, okay, same constant, then still the number will be in AP. So these three are proved to be in AP. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now we take this one. To establish these three in AP, we will be using this expression. We have already proved that 1 upon BC, 1 upon CA and 1 upon AB are in AP, right? So 1 upon BC, 1 upon CA and 1 upon AB are in AP, right? Now if these three are in AP, if I multiply the three with a constant, or still they will be in AP. So I'm using a constant AB plus BC plus AC, right? I'm multiplying all of them with this AB plus BC plus AC. So this is BC, then AB plus BC plus AC by AC, and AB plus BC plus AC by AB. Still they are in AP. Okay, now what we can do, we can split them. So here we'll be getting AB plus AC by BC plus 1, right? AB plus AC by BC plus BC by BC, so that's 1. Similarly here AB plus BC by AC plus 1. Similarly here BC plus AC by AB plus 1, right? These three terms are in AP. They will also be in AP. Now if I deduct 1 from all of them, still I'll be getting the terms in AP. Okay, so AB plus AC by BC, that's in AP. AB plus BC by AC, that is also in AP. BC plus AC by AB, that is also in AP. Okay, now I can take A as common. So B plus C upon BC, here I can take B as common. A plus C upon AC, here I can take C as common. A plus B by AP. They are also in AP. Okay, so here it can be written as 1 upon C plus 1 upon P. Here it is 1 upon A plus 1 upon C. Here it is 1 upon A plus 1 upon P. So this is also in AP, and we have to prove the same, that this is in AP. Okay, this is the same thing. So we started with ABC are in AP, then we established these three are in AP. After that we multiplied each of them by AB plus BC plus AC. Then we split and then eliminated one, and then this step. Okay, so that's pretty simple. Now the third one. Still again we'll be taking ABC are in AP. So A, B, C in AP, that's given, right? If I multiply all of them by a number -1, so minus A, minus B, minus C will be also in AP. Okay, I multiply by -1. Minus A, minus B, minus C are in AP. Now again I multiply by 2. So minus 2A, minus 2B, minus 2C will also be in AP. Okay. Then I add A plus B plus C to each. Okay. So A plus B plus C minus 2A, A plus B plus C minus 2B, and A plus B plus C minus 2C. They will also be in AP. So it is B plus C minus A, then it is A plus C minus B, then it is A plus B minus C. They will also be in AP. Okay. Now if I multiply all of them by A plus B plus C, so what I'll be getting, B plus C minus A and B plus C plus A. Then A plus C minus B, A plus C plus B. Then it is A plus B minus C and A plus B plus C. So still they will be in AP. Now you can see that's A minus B and A plus B format, right? X minus Y and X plus Y format. That means it is X square minus Y square. So it is B plus C square minus A square. Then this is A plus C whole square minus B square. Then this is A plus B whole square minus C square. So they will also be in AP. So we started with ABC in AP, then I multiplied each by -1 by multiplying by a constant term. Still the terms are in AP. Then I multiplied each of them by 2. Then I added A plus B plus C to each term. Still they will be in AP. I simplified the same. Then I multiplied each of them with A plus B plus C. Still they will be in AP, and after simplification I got this. This we had to prove. Okay, so that's this. Now we have this problem. If these three are in AP, we have to prove 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C are also in AP. So we start with this. B plus C minus A by A, C plus A minus B by B, A plus B minus C by C. All of them are in AP. So it is B by A plus C by A minus 1. It is C by B plus A by B minus 1, and then A by C plus B by C minus 1. All of them will also be in AP. I just split the same, nothing else I have done. So B by A plus C by A minus 1, C by B plus A by B minus 1, A by C plus B by C minus 1, all of them will be in AP. Now if I add plus 1 to all of them, still they will be in AP. So I add 1. Okay, so what I'll be getting? B by A plus C by A, C by B plus A by B, A by C plus B by C. They are also in AP. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm adding 1 again to all of them. Okay, so what I'll be getting, B plus C plus A upon A, C plus A plus B upon B, A plus B plus C upon C. They will also be in AP. Now if I divide all of them by A plus B plus C, I'll be getting 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C. They are in AP. Okay, so that's very simple. We started with this term and I split B by A plus C by A minus A by A. Minus A by A is minus 1. Right? Then I added 1 to each term, because if I add a constant quantity to each of the term, still they will be in AP. Okay. Then I add one more. Then I just took the LCM. Then I divided each term by A plus B plus C. I got 1 upon A, 1 upon B, 1 upon C. Right? So they will be in AP. Now this way, this is a sum. A, B, C are in AP, then prove that. It's going to be important. A, B, C are in AP, that means 2B is equal to A plus C. That's given. Okay, now what I do, I square both the sides. So 4B square is equal to A plus C whole square. Squaring both the sides. Now what I do, I deduct 2AC from both the sides. 4AC, I'm sorry. 4B square minus 4AC is equal to A plus C whole square minus 4AC. I am deducting 4AC from both the sides. Now from here I am taking 4AC common, and it is B square minus AC. And here it is A square plus C square plus 2AC minus 4AC. Right? So 4B square minus AC is equal to A square plus C square minus 2AC. So that is actually A minus C whole square. So 4B square minus AC is equal to A minus C whole square. That only we have to prove, and that we have proved. Right? So we started with ABC in AP. If ABC are in AP, 2B is equal to A plus C, squaring both the sides, then deducting 4AC from both the sides, then simplify, and you get the answer. Okay? Now this one, A cube plus 4B cube plus C cube is this. We have to prove this. ABC are in AP. If ABC are in AP, 2B will be equal to A plus C. So that means 4B square will be equal to A square plus C square plus 2AC. Right? If we square both the sides. Similarly, if we cube both the sides, what will be getting? I just write it over here. 8B cube is equal to A cube plus C cube plus 3AC A plus C. Right? It is squaring both the side, and it is we are getting by cubing both the sides. Okay, since we require A square C square term and A cube C cube term, that's why I'm doing squaring and cubing both the things. Okay, now we want cube, but we don't want AC, right? So we can substitute the value of AC from here. Right? So 2AC is equal to 4B square minus A square plus C square. Okay? And A plus C is actually 2B. So what I am doing, it's 8B cube is equal to A cube plus C cube plus 3AC into this is 2B. Okay? So it is A cube plus C cube plus 2AC into 6B, right? This is actually 6ABC, so I am writing 2AC into 6B. Now instead of 2AC, I will write 4B square minus A square minus C square. Okay, so this is 8B cube. So 8B cube is equal to A cube plus C cube plus, instead of 2AC, I write down 4B square minus A square minus C square into 6, I'm sorry, this is 3. 2AC and 3B. So this is 3B. Okay, now it is 8b cube is equal to a cube plus c cube plus 4b square into 3b, so that is 12b cube minus 3ba square minus 3bc square, right? Now I take 8b cube this side and this term this side. So 3ba square plus 3bc square is equal to a cube plus c cube, and 12b cube minus 8b cube will be 4b cube. Okay, here I take 3b as common, so I'll be getting a square plus c square is equal to a cube plus c cube plus 4b cube. That only we had to prove. Okay, that's really important. You must be knowing the steps. Okay friends, I hope you might have enjoyed the session. In the next session we'll discuss more problems based on arithmetic progression, and we'll take geometric progression as well. Bye bye.